That's awful. Can't believe I just said that. We got you, boo. Oh, me and Bertha. We could be friends. Calm your tits and walk down the aisle. Eh? Purr. Nah, fuck it. Fuck you, bitch. Ooh, the pièce de résistance. Joe wants to be a part of it. What the fuck is a ragu?
Hi, can I order tea and 2 sugars, please?
Hello guys and welcome back to Tea and 2 Sugars. I'm Tatty, your host, who, again, productive day so far. I feel like I've done everything and nothing all at once. Woke up, made the bed, my mum texts me. She's like, hey, do you want my PT session today? Because we have the same PT, shout out Megan. I said, fuck it, yeah, why not? So I had a PT session this morning, tried on some holiday clothes, shout out to my meshki order. This meshki order is getting all the shout outs in these episodes. It was really nice. I think Lizzie's still going to come round and have a little looky tomorrow and see how they're going. Now I'm here. I don't think I told you yesterday. I had to go to the dentist. So I booked my appointment at 9 a.m. Rang up, hello, would like an appointment. She goes, yeah, I've got 2:45 today. Stunning. Absolute stunnerella. Walked down to the dentist, got there, and it was a girl that I went to high school with. It's always a little bit interesting, that dynamic, isn't it? Like, we obviously know each other, but also we don't. So she goes, oh, it's tomorrow. I thought, brilliant, fucking brilliant. Because I was also 25 minutes early for the appointment. So I did say, I'm really early, sorry. She said, oh, you're 24 hours early. I was like, sick. So now I've got to go to the dentist after this. And I had a thought about the dentist. It is one of the only medical professions that you go and have a checkup for. I'm not having a checkup with my GP every year. So why have I got to have a checkup with the dentist? Do you know what I mean? Does that feel weird to anyone? It feels like a scam. It feels like a scam. So we'll see. I mean, I'm in no pain. I'm just going to get some things checked out. I was looking at my mouth, I thought, has that always been like that? It was like my back teeth. I was like, I don't know if that's always been like that. I keep sticking my tongue in it. I'm like, oh, I don't know how that feels. So that's that. Which leads me easily on to my boiling point for this episode. The fucking dentist. Do you know what? I've got a big fuck you to my old dentist, right? That woman scarred me for life. I'd like to give a shout out to my current dentist, and I'm going to name the location for anyone in the local area. Crown Bank Dental. Sandbach and Congleton, they have different branches in. And specifically, you want in Olivia. Because that woman single-handedly healed my dentist trauma. I don't think I'm seeing Olivia today. She's on holiday. God forbid she'd go on holiday. I'm seeing someone else. But they're so kind. And they put a little note on my page that said, anxious. So every time I go, how are you? Like, this, they talk you through everything. It's nice times. So fuck you to my old dentist. That's specifically my boiling point. I can't even tell you what the place was. But, I'm not going to go into it because it's too long. But I was unwell in the brain, right? And no one of my teeth were fucked. I was fucked at the same time. So she made me feel really bad in front of my mum. Screw you. My sugars. Sugar. Oh my God. I finished the book, guys. I finished the bloody book. Fearless, Reckless. What one am I reading now? So I finished Reckless yesterday and I'm now on to Fearless. Oh my God. Kai, that man. I just love some soft romance. Do you know what I mean? Just love. Oh, it's just warm and fuzzy inside, and these like big men making us little women feel safe. Oh, it's just so nice, wrapped up in big arms. Love it. That's not my sugar, but I know what my sugar this week is, a beauty related one, and I'd like to give a little shout out to L'Oreal Paris Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. There is a reason why that product is the absolute goat. I've got it on today. I also wore it last night when I went out for dinner. You can shear it down, build it up. It's so lightweight. It's great on oily skin. Doesn't crease. Doesn't fall off your face. It is so good. I'm so glad I've started to use it again because I'm definitely going to take it on holiday. It's so lightweight. It is bloody gorge. It's like a foundation. Yeah, like a skin tint type situation. My second sugar, it's me and my GHD classic curl tongue against the world at the minute. Look at my hair. Look at it. I have had so many compliments on my curls, and it's the GHD classic curl tongue. It's so easy to use, my dudes, and it's just nice. I never thought I'd be a curly hair girl. I'm sat here with fucking tongued hair. I am actually going to try and get my natural curls back. Elizabeth and I, who are sat here with a gorgeous new curly cut, we were talking about it the other day, and she was telling me about products I need to get, so I need to go and purchase them. I might do a video on it, so make sure you go check it out. I also used blue shampoo for the first time. I was a brown hair girl. It's to take out the coppery tones, which I have a serious issue with copper tones in my hair. I actually think I'm meant to be ginger because the way my hair shines orange, which is not an issue, it's just not what I'm after at this moment in time. So yeah, blue shampoo. So my boiling point, the dentist, my old dentist specifically, not my new one, my sweet baby angels. And 2 sugars, new plumping tinted serum and a GHD curl tongue. Classic. In the cup today, we have another classic. We're back on the Pepsi Max, guys. Lizzie did a little stop at Tesco Express for me. It's in a bottle, so I've got no can pop for you. We've just got a little chink. Oh, that's a letdown, isn't it? But it's fizzy, can you hear it? It's fresh. It's marinated. First sip, best sip. Joe has actually decided to join us today. He's sitting up ready to go. Brilliant news. Joe's been reading The Diary of a CEO recently, Happy Sexy Millionaire. Clearly he's doing well in life. You know, that's how the rich stay rich. Anyway, we're going to get on with today's episode and go through and find some stories. Here we go. Here we go. To start off, we're throwing it back to our first ever episode. He made me compete with his ex-girlfriend's urn. Story time. Hi, Tatty. I'm a new one to the podcast, and I have just been listening to the first episode where the girl talks about stealing her ex-boyfriend's grandma's urn. And I'd like to share with you my own urn story. Ernie. And he drove the fastest milk car in the West. So I've been dating this guy who we will call Steve for almost a year now. And at first, this all felt like a dream. The most romantic, super communicative guy I'd ever met. He even bought my cat a little birthday cake. What would a cat birthday cake? A caper? A sardine? With a candle in it? I really did think I'd won the man lottery. Now, this is an important part. I knew he had had a long-term ex, Amy, who had passed away a few years ago in a really tragic car accident. They had been together for nearly 5 years. He told me about her early on in the relationship, and I was always super respectful. I never pried and never compared myself to her. I let him be open and tell me about her in his own time. That's really nice. That's really good of you, because you wonder in those situations, like, would we be together if that hadn't happened? And he's obviously, there's been no breakup. They're not, he maybe still has love for her. He may not be in love with her, but yeah, you got to be respectful in those kinds of scenarios. Things took a weird turn, however, when I moved into his place. At first, it was little things. We would still have pictures of Amy up around the house, not in a shrine kind of way, just scattered around the place, like on the fridge or in the hallway. I told myself, grief isn't linear. This is part of his process. It's all fine. You are being so respectful. Then I noticed this small wooden box on her side of the bed. Like the side that he would never ever sleep on. He always left it spare for her. I figured it was just something sentimental, maybe old letters, a keepsake box, and I never ever touched it. Until one day, I'm vacuuming. Oh God. I'm vacuuming and oh Jesus Christ, please dear God, don't vacuum up the ashes. God forbid. It's like a shaken back. shaken back with Amy. That's awful. Can't believe I just said that. Until one day I'm vacuuming and accidentally bumped the nightstand and the box fell off. Lid popped open and it was actual human ashes. Amy's ashes. I dropped the vacuum. Thank God. Thank God. I hope not onto the ashes. Dropped the vacuum. I was literally shaking. I gently put it back and waited until he came home to ask about her. God. Because they come in like a little plastic bag, don't they? How strange that we're just deduced to a baggie. You know? God. There's so much of us and then there's so little of us. I mean, I'm sure my family have part of the ashes. They've got a portion. Cool. I was going to say it. I was going to say they've got a 20 bag. He's got a 15 bag. I don't know anything about drug paraphernalia or weights of drugs. Anyway, can I get 2 grams of Amy's ashes, please? So, we should respect the dead. I gently put it back and waited for him to come home before I asked him about her. I didn't accuse him or freak out. I just said, "Hi, babe, I hope you've had a good day at work. Is Amy's urn in our bedroom on my side of the bed?" And he got so defensive about it immediately. Told me I was being insensitive, that Amy deserves to still be a part of his life. And this is the part that really killed me. He said, "I need her close. She helps me sleep." Have you heard of Let Me Sleep or some melatonin tablets or some white noise or even this podcast to go to sleep to? Yep, he really did say that his dead girlfriend's ex-girlfriend's ashes help him sleep. I really tried to be calm about this, Tatty. I asked if we could maybe move the urn to a shelf, something a bit more respectful to me. He looked at me as if I had slapped him and goes, "Oh no. Steve." He says, "Listen, she will always be my soulmate. I can't help that you were my second chance." Second chance. Second chance. Excuse me? I'm trying to compete with the cremated remains of his ex-girlfriend. I never signed up to be in a ghost love triangle. But I'm really stuck here because if I say this too much, I'm the bad guy who can't handle my boyfriend's grief. But if I stay, I'm literally sleeping next to a dead woman. So what do I do? Am I being heartless or is this a whole psychological horror film waiting to happen? This is really tricky. It sounds like you're doing everything right. They broke up 5 years ago. And how long? Well, no, she died 5 years ago. And how long have you been together? Almost a year. So it's been 4 years. It's tricky. Because he was going to marry her. All being well. He was going to marry her. And now you're with him, with Amy on the sideboard. Listen, it's tricky. He's got to respect that you never knew Amy. You don't owe Amy anything. You don't owe. You've been so understanding and calm surrounding his grief for his ex-girlfriend. I don't see anything wrong. Why can't we move Amy to his side of the bed? What's up with that? If he's helping you sleep from 5 feet away. Maybe it's just the calming presence and knowing that she's there. And I think he clearly has a big hole in his heart caused by Amy's death. You do not deserve to have to deal with that. You certainly do not deserve to be called someone's second chance. Because let's call it what it is, that's a second choice. Amy was always going to be the first and is somewhat in situation still being second. You're still being second choice. He is still putting Amy first. Oh, I think you need to have a long, hard sit down and think about this one. It's only been a year, but it's been 5 years of his grief. And if this is the point he's at now, you want to feel like you can move forward with the relationship. And unfortunately, I don't feel like Steve is at that point yet where he's ready to relinquish a little bit of Amy. Let her go. Let her fly free. just pop her on the shelf. We'll buy the TV. You know, she can watch TV, chill out, kick back, relax, my dudes. I think he still loves her. Hey, at least you're not throwing her off a cliff. That's all I'm saying. And I really do not recommend you do that at all. Just glad you didn't hoover up the ashes. Could you imagine? Jesus. Maybe could we put a lock on it? Like a little key and padlock magnet? I don't know. Yeah, really tough, babe. I'm really sorry. That's so shit. If it were me, I would be thinking, I don't think this man is ready for a relationship. Yeah, he clearly has ties to his ex-girl in more ways than one. Yeah, sorry. I haven't got more to offer on that one. You got anything to say, Liz? No. Just don't knock the bedside cabinet anymore. Love you. Now, it baffles me sometimes. I think that my normal age group is 18 to 25. You know, party hard kind of girls. We've got someone of the older generation messaging in today. Welcome. All are welcome here. So, am I the arsehole for refusing to babysit my grandchild because my daughter-in-law demanded that I pretend to be nanny? Story time. Now, I read this and I went no further because I thought we could assess together. Nanny has two meanings. You can be nana, nanny, grandma, nanny, nana, grandma, nan, grandy pops, you know. So is this nanny as in nice person that comes into the family to look after children as like a employee, or are you nanny? So let's go. My son Steve and his wife Amy just had their first baby, a little girl, and I was completely over the moon. All throughout the pregnancy, I was crocheting blankets, I'd stocked up my pantry with baby food, and even moved some of my shifts around so I could help out when they needed. That's lovely. It's a village. Amy and I have never been the best of friends, but I always kept things polite for Steve's sake. Well done. Last week, she invited me over for a chat, and I swear down, Tatty, I thought she was going to ask me to be the godmother of my grandchild. No. She sits me down and says, we're really grateful for your help, but when you're around the baby, we'd like you to refer to yourself as Nanny Bertha instead of Grandma. So far, I'm on Amy's side. We've got Nanny Bertha, we've got Nanny Teresa, you know? It's just helping the child learn. You know, we're advancing the newborn's dialect. I asked why, and she says, and I quote, we just don't want her to think we're old. We just don't want her thinking we're old. I asked her why, and she says, we just don't want, sorry? Me and Bertha, we could be friends. For some context here, I'm 61, I'm very active though, I do Pilates, I work full time and I love a hike, and suddenly I'm not allowed to be a grandma. So you're wanting to be a grandma, but they're wanting you to be a nanny. Confusion. Let's continue. You think you get it? Would you like to?
I think that they want to call her nanny, as in nanny who looks after
the baby. They want her to be the hot. I see. Be grandma, right? So she's been given this title of nanny, thinking cool young person that comes to look after the child, whereas they see grandma as a cute old woman that bakes cookies, watches the chase. You know, that I understand. Whereas you're quite happy being grandma. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that. She says, well, if you can't respect our wishes, we might have to find alternative childcare. So I said, sounds like you already have your answer, and I left. Wow. Steve called me really upset, crying that night, saying I was punishing him and he doesn't want to choose between his wife and his mum. Hang on a sec. But I feel like they're the ones making me choose between pretending to be someone I'm not and never seeing my granddaughter. So, am I the arsehole for refusing to babysit my child over a name, or am I allowed to draw a line at rewriting my identity just to make someone else feel younger? But she's trying to make them feel younger. I don't know. I don't understand this. Listen, at the end of the day, you should choose what you want your grandchild to call you. Like, and it has nothing to do with them feeling old. And like, you're 61. Maybe let's say you had your Steve at 20. So these parents are now 40, which is like fine, But do they just want like a cooler nickname for their childcare? But then they want to say, "Oh, nanny's looking after it. The nanny's looking after baby Amy today." I wonder if it's that they just want to be seen to have a nanny because it elevates their status, or Steve. What's his face? Joe had a nanny growing up, and that went great for Joe. Look at him; he can't even sit straight. Yes, Joe had a nanny, and he felt that he never got that connection between him and his parents because he was always with the childcare. And you're offering so much to the child as well. You've been crocheting blankets. It sounds like you were really supportive throughout the pregnancy, not just now you have a grandchild. I think there's more conversations. I feel like there's a massive miscommunication that has gone on here. One of you is thinking one thing, one's thinking another. Steve's thinking now that he's got to choose between the women in his life, and that's not beneficial to anyone. It's not beneficial to him, Amy, or you, or the baby at the end of the day. Like, they want to have a relationship with their grandparents when it comes to it. Amy's going to want the assistance from the women around her. Steve's going to want a relationship with his mum. Bob's your uncle. We can all be one happy family. Just fuck off and call yourself Nanny Bertha. I'm wondering, I was going to say maybe you're more traditional, but you sound like the coolest grandma. So, yeah. It's a tough one, that. I think you just need to speak to Steve a bit, but like just go out for dinner, have him round for a coffee, just see what's going on, because there's maybe conversations between them pair. There's these insecurities of them being a bit more an older parent that they're projecting onto you. I don't know. It's out my pay grade. I've not had experience with the children or the grandchildren, so yeah, I think you need to speak to your son a bit more. And just be cautious, because obviously you've said that you don't have a good relationship with Amy, but you're doing the best you can. You're doing great, sweetie. Okay, let's move on to another one. All right, we've got some sticky fiancé sister bridesmaid drama going on. It's titled, "Am I the arsehole for telling my fiancé's sister that she is no longer allowed to be my bridesmaid?" Story time. That's political. That's loaded. Okay, I know how it sounds, but stick with it, Tatty. Yes, the group chat is on fire right now. I've been called a bridezilla, insecure, and my personal favourite, a petty control freak with trust issues. So please tell me, was I really out of line here? Because I need some unbiased advice. We got you, boo! Here's the backstory. I'm getting married in 6 months to my Steve, who I love dearly. Even his family sometimes makes me want to... To my Steve, who I love dearly, even though his family sometimes makes me want into heavy moving traffic. I've been dreaming about my wedding day since I was a little girl. I have Pinterest mood boards, and I've been doing this since before my first ever boyfriend. Getting married is my dream. Obviously, my best friend Amy is my maid of honour. But I also added Steve's sister, who we'll call Stacey, as a bridesmaid because family has to be done. This was a big mistake. Stacey has always been super extra. She is the type of girl that will make everything about her at someone else's birthday party. She once claimed that she was physically allergic to gluten just to ruin my birthday brunch. I thought, hey, maybe this time will be different. Spoiler alert, it was not. On the day of my dress fitting, we all arrived and waited for a while for Stacey to get there, only to find out that she would not be attending, and she fully skipped my dress fitting. She said she had a migraine and that she wouldn't be attending. She didn't show up to the venue walkthrough because she didn't vibe with the energy of the place. Then she DMs me saying that the Dusty Rose bridesmaid dresses I had bought were depressing, and she'd probably like to wear something that fits her aura a little better. Well, here's the thing, Stacey. When you get married, you can wear that gorgeous butter yellow dress that you so clearly want to wear. This day is not about you, sweetheart. Shut the fuck up. Put the dusty rose dress on, calm your tits, and walk down the aisle. I held it all together, though, as I didn't want to make Steve feel awkward. I breathed through my teeth because I didn't want to start any drama. This was until her birthday dinner. She, again, throws this massive, full-blown dinner party in a private room. She had her own cocktails made, and there was minimum 30 people in this room. I go because I'm trying to be the bigger person, despite her causing me so much stress when wedding planning. I bought her a little gift, which was a skincare fridge that she had been hinting at wanting for months. It gets to the point where Jesus Christ. Gets to the point in the night and she starts to invite people up to create speeches about her. It seemed cute and harmless. Then Stacey stands up and raises a glass, and says, and I quote, I just want to thank everyone. Wait, no, let me do the voice. I just want to thank everyone here who has shown up for me. Unlike some people who think their wedding makes them center of attention. Y'all, okay, we're in the US of A. Y'all, I blacked out. I don't even remember standing up. That's so bad. I'm so California. I know all I know is I looked at her dead in the eye and said, perfect. Since we're being honest tonight, I can't do it. Hang on, let me get in the zone. Girls, I blacked out. I don't even remember standing up. All I know is I looked at her dead in the eye and said, perfect. Since we're being honest tonight, you're officially out of my bridal party. Now you've got 6 extra months to work on being the main character for your own event. Dead silence. You could hear the sangria settling. Her jaw was on the floor. Steve physically dragged me out of the restaurant, muttering that the timing wasn't the best and that I shouldn't have created a public scene. Her boyfriend texted me later that night to call me toxic. But I'm sorry, am I really the arsehole for setting a boundary here? Or was this the long overdue reality check she really needed? I'm starting to think I did myself a favour here. Was I wrong? I think it could have been handled. Nah, fuck it. Nah, go wild, sis. I'd have made a banner. Fuck you, bitch! In dusty pink writing. Amy clearly has a lot of insecurities that she feels she needs to be center of attention at all times to create validation and gain people's opinions of her. Which is why she invited all these people to her place to make speeches about her. It's fucking weird. I wonder if Steve knows what she's like. And he's like, yep, fair enough, but not there. Not then and there and not that timing. You're 6 months out of your wedding. You've got plenty of time. She was not adding anything. She was not adding any ease or anything like that to your day. You don't want someone like that cutting about the morning of your wedding, throwing shade and whatnot. Like, I think you've done yourself a favour there. I don't think you're wrong at all. She needed to go. I'd be uninviting her from the wedding, to be honest. But unfortunately, she's got to be there because she is family. Heavy on the not putting up with people's shit because they're blood related. But it's political. It's a little political, this one. What's wrong with Dusty Rose? That's a lovely colour. You've got to get the tan right with it, though. Unless you've either got to be pale, English rose vase, or gorgeous tan. We can't be anywhere in the middle. Otherwise, it's washing us out. If you are ginger, Dusty Rose. Ooh, the pièce de résistance. Beautiful. I think that pairs really nice. Don't know what colour hair Stacey has, so could not comment further. But you're not wrong at all. Weddings, hen parties, yada yada, brings out the worst in people. So, I mean, sounded like she was pretty much of an arsehole before this, so I can only imagine what you've been dealing with. To skip someone's dress fitting as well, that's nasty. And to not go through a venue walkthrough. I wonder what your relationship was like before. Did you say that? Before the wed. La la la. Oh, it sounds, as well at the start. I've been called bridezilla, insecure, my favourite one, a petty control freak with trust issues. This must have been coming from her. Yeah, fuck off. Get gone. Weirdo. Sounds like the whole family are a bit of a nutcase from what you've said at the start about you wanting to walk into oncoming traffic. I feel like your maid of honour should have stepped in a bit sooner to sort of shut her down and deal with stuff like that. That's what she's there to do, so you can enjoy the process of being a bride. Yeah, weirdo. Hope your wedding goes well. Can't wait to see the pics. Please send pics. Congratulations. Let's go on to our next one. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Joe wants to be a part of it. In old New York. Here we go. He cheated on me, so I let his mum catch him in the act. Story time. Hi Tatty, absolutely love the pod. Cannot wait to hear what you think of my epic revenge. So I've always thought that cheating is something that happened to other people. Never would be me, but here I am. I've been with Steve for 5 years. I moved cities for this man. I paid off his debt. Oh no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Girls, gays, theys, huns. Don't do that. Paid off his debt. Even let his mum, who we'll call Bertha, stay with us for a whole 3 months while her bathroom was being remodelled, even though I'm 95% sure it wasn't. She just wanted to play house with her precious baby boy. Ew. Anyway, the first red flag was suddenly becoming obsessed with working late. And by working late, I mean him working at 2 a.m. in a job that he used to hate. Suddenly it's all deadlines, networking drinks, like, sure, Steve. Then came the second red flag. Amy, a new co-worker. She's 24, fresh out of uni and somehow always texting memes at 11 p.m. Steve, I'm not an idiot. So, I wait and I don't confront him. I don't scream. I plot. I start being extra nice to this man. Cooking his favourite meals, making his packed lunch. I massage his ego. Wondered what we were going to massage for a sec there. Telling him he's such a hard worker. All the while I'm digging. And I found gold. I started printing out Steve's bank statements. And I found a showing of a hotel booking. I looked in his car, found a spare hoodie that smelled like vanilla body spray from Bath and Body Works. Spotify history that just straight up was breakup songs. The man was trying to feel things. He was trying to feel that vanilla body spray. So this is when I call in my secret weapon, Bertha. I say, hi, Berthie. Hey, Steve's been working so hard. Why don't you surprise him at the office with lunch? She's all over that shit, like a pig on shit. Packs up a full spread of homemade lasagna and shows up at his building unannounced. Except Steve wasn't in the meeting he said he was in. He was at the hotel across the street with Amy, doing exactly what you think. Well, I was going to make a joke about lasagna. Couldn't think of anything. He was getting in between the sheets like that mincemeat and cheese. Ew, I fucking hate mincemeat. It's vile. Why am I getting gritty? I'm just trying to enjoy my spag bol, and the bol is ruining it. Like, let me have my spag without. I guess the bolognese is nice. It's just the mincemeat. I don't want to chew my meat.
I think you're fucking
Why?
It's supposed to be like a ragu.
What the fuck is a ragu? Isn't ragu beef ragu soft and tender? I hate mincemeat. It reminds me of like breast tissue. That's probably because I got told that my chest felt like spag bol.
Yeah, it's a ragu is a meat sauce.
Yeah, but mincemeat is hard, Liz.
Yeah, but the mincemeat is in the ragu.
Right. Anywho, we digress. Because Bertha is the nosiest woman alive, she doesn't call me. She just goes straight across the street, barges into the room, and sees everything. The sheets, the half-naked Steve. I bet she was lapping that up. She calls me from the lobby, absolutely fuming, like I'm the one that cheated, and said, and I said, Bertha, I just thought you'd want to see how hard your baby works. He works them sheets. He works them hips. Fast forward to now. Steve is single, jobless, and living back with his mum. Brilliant. Everyone wins. Bertha wins. You win. Who won't speak to him because he has humiliated the family. And me, I'm seeing someone new. He's kind, heart, emotionally available, and doesn't own a single set of satin sheets and hates lasagna. Fucking marvellous. We're going to be friends. So tell me, am I petty? Did I finally give Bertha the front row seat she deserved? Because if you ask me, poetic justice has never tasted so sweet. Like, just these mums are the fucking weirdest people. Like, why would you want to... The thing is, she knows what's going on in that room. She knows that Steve is putting in a shift. Why would she try and barge in? Also, how did she get a key? That's a GDPR breach. Maybe the door was open. Who knows? Maybe it was a spectacle for all the world to see. Just baffles my mind. I'm still waiting for a mum to get in touch. Again, mums, grandmas out there in the world, please do get in touch with me about your relationship with your sons. I'd love to learn more about how we get here. I'm sorry, guys. The thought of lasagna is on my mind. Do you have mincemeat and lasagna? Have I just made that up? What part? Because I just see cheese. The ragu. I just can't see that in my brain. To me, it goes cheese, pasta, sauce. Cheese, pasta, sauce. I think I need to have a lasagna. Maybe I'll stop at Aldi and get a little ready meal on the way back. Aldi, if you'd like to sponsor me, we can try some lasagna together. That's what we should do next week on the podcast. We can try lasagna. God, top quality content from me. What's that, Lizzie, what's that company that do the little, is it like someone Bingham? Emily Bingham? Archie Bingham? I'm sure they've got a nice lasagna. Don't like mince, so don't normally look. Arthur Bingham? Bingham. Is that the person's name, or is it called Bingham because you bing them in the microwave? That's so clever if that's... What is it? Charlie Bingham. Wow. Well.
Do you know what the first came was?
Go on.
Slow cooked beef ragu.
Right, that's all I have to offer on that one. I'm so glad you've got a new man because you deserve it. You deserve it, my G. Anyway. And that, guys, is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like today's been a bit of a shorter one, but you've just all slayed the park. You don't need any advice from me. Slayed the park. That's not a saying. Slayed the game. Hit it out the park. We're making it a saying. Knocked it out the park. Well done. If you would like to send in any stories, head over to our socials, give us a little cheeky follow over there and tap the link in the bio at the top. Once you do that, you will see Send Stories here. Please send pictures as well. Give us your face. I want to see your beautiful faces. It adds so much context to the situation when I see a visual of you guys. Make sure to give us a follow, like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating if you are on Spotify. And guys, I'll see you next week. Love you. Tatty bye.
Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.